What's up, folks? A warm welcome to another one of the Wizards tips. Today, I'm bringing you the tips and analyses for our Wednesday schedule. It's Wednesday over here. Champions League, a very interesting round. I've selected the best games and the best opportunities for you in this video. If you like it, please leave a like, it helps me a lot. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Deal? Those are the announcements. Enough talk, let's get to it. Roll the intro, let's analyze the games for our dear Wednesday. Well, folks, I'm going to go straight to the results we had on Monday. It was a slow Monday with few games where I selected a total of 15 tips. Out of the 15, 12 were green and only 3 were red. The result is here for you to follow. Okay? Oh, it's in English. This channel is being translated into 3 languages, English, Spanish, and Portuguese, okay, folks? So, that's why I'm saying it's in Portuguese, because in the translation for the people who will be in Spanish or English, it will actually still be in Portuguese here. No, I haven't been able to change this yet, but I'll see if I can fix it over time. Alright, guys? So, just to be clear, for anyone who wants to look at this spreadsheet more closely, the link is in the video description. So, enough talk, let's get to it. Let's go to the tips for our dear Wednesday. Let's go. Alright, let's start with the first game, which is Athletic Bilbao versus Paris Saint-Germain, our beloved PSG. Simply put, Athletic Bilbao comes in as the 27th seed, and Paris Saint-Germain as the second in the Champions League, with odds of 160. There were rumors that Paris Saint-Germain might not come with their starting lineup. I find that a bit unlikely. I believe that even if they come with a mixed team, it's a good scenario for 2 options. The over 1.5, which for me is the best of them. We have a very offensive Paris Saint-Germain with a productive goal average of 2.4. So here, the over 1.5 really appeals to me. It's at 1.34 odds for 2 goals to be scored in this game. It's tempting. The other option, due to the fact that Athletic Bilbao is playing at home and because of these rumors about Paris Saint-Germain not playing with their full team, is to go with an Asian handicap of plus 2.0 for Athletic Bilbao. In this case, what can happen? Bilbao can win, Bilbao can draw, and they can lose the game by 1 goal, and we still profit. If they lose by 2, it's a push, and if they lose by 3, then we take the red. But it's a very interesting scenario with Bilbao playing at home, especially if Paris Saint-Germain really does play with an incomplete team. The odds are 1.20 for this Asian handicap of plus 2.0. For those who want to play it, it's an option. For corners, I'm going for over 6 in total. And for cards, I'm going for under 6. We have all the elements for it to be a calm game, given the low average number of cards received by both teams. After that, we go to Benfica, facing Napoli, who are 30th in the Champions League. Odds for Benfica, 2.37. The odds for Naples are 3.10. I simply believe in a scenario that is also interesting for over 1.5. Benfica at home is a team that scores a lot of goals. The average number of goals scored is 1.8 in total. It's 2.8. Naples' average is 2.4. Indeed, over 1.5, I believe there's a high probability of that happening. If you look at Benfica's last few home games, the last 5, they've had over 1.5 goals. For Napoli, the over 1.5 score prediction came true in 4 out of 5 matches. So I really believe in this over. 1.5. What is the quote? 1.33 for a ticket. Excellent option. Corner kicks, I'll simply recommend more than 6. It could go over 7, but I'll take it easy. I'm going to more than 6. Cards, I'll simply go for more than 2. Based on the average of the teams here, which is over 3. At least 3 cards in the game. I believe it could happen. Our next game, also in the Champions League, is between Club Brugge and Arsenal. Arsenal are playing some really great football, aren't they, guys? Arsenal are playing very, very well. Club Brugge, simply 26th place. Here's where anyone who wants to work for Arsenal's victory, 133. The problem is that they're playing away from home. It must be freezing cold over there in Belgium, right? So be careful. I prefer to expose myself there. In the over 1.5 scenario, also based on the team's average, you'll always see me working with low odds, for example, Arsenal at 33. I prefer to take a risk with over 1.5. The odds are a little lower, but the chance of it happening is higher, especially since, for example, Club Brugge scores. Wolverhampton and a half already have a chance. Now, if Club Brugge scores the first goal, Arsenal's victory in 33 already loses its value. So I prefer to expose myself to more than 1.5. What's the quote, Leo? 120 as well. Corner kicks are more than 6. And cards are -7. A more relaxed game for a card. This will be my recommendation here. That was a great game, huh? This is a great game. We simply have Dortmund playing at home at Iduna Park. Yellow Wall facing Bodolin, ranked 32nd. Dortmund wins. At 127, I would bet on a live bet to try and get a better odds. Whoever can should do that, but the best option would be a straight win for Dortmund. In the pre-live analysis, the rate is 1.27 or over the email. Observe the average for the teams, so that you guys can later say, hey, I only recommend an over. In the email, I'm going to recommend under a few goals in a game like this. With the average of these teams, it's impossible. So there were actually more than 1.5 goals in that match. The other scenario is to work with over 2.5. Look at the team's average. Dortmund's total average is 2.8. Bodo Glimt's is 3.3. Over 2.5 goals is paying 1.37. The over 1.5 has no odds. The odds are crushed. So I prefer to expose myself to over 2.5 goals. Or a Dortmund victory at home. Corners. Over 7 in total. Over 7 corners. And cards under 6. The team's average here is low. It tends to be a calm, peaceful game. After that, also in Germany, we have Bayer Leverkusen facing Newcastle. Simply put, Newcastle is in 11th place. Bayer Leverkusen 17th in the Champions League. A tight game, a balanced game, right? Two teams with a similar goal average. If you look, we have Newcastle's total average is 2.4. Bayer Leverkusen's total average is 3.9. I also believe it's a game prone to over 1.5. The over 1.5 for me here is attractive. The odds are 1.23. Look at this, folks. The total average is 3.9 for Leverkusen. It's practically double the over 1.5. And Newcastle's is over 2.0. So much so that both teams to score here has a good probability of happening. On the Bayer Leverkusen side, which is a team that scores a lot of goals, but consequently also concedes. If you observe. So I believe the best option here is over 1.5 goals. What are the odds, Leo? 1.23 for a betting slip, that's the recommendation. Corners, over 6, especially on the Bayer Leverkusen side, which has a good average. So, over 6. I'm not going to risk over 7. I think it's a bit more an unnecessary risk. So, I'm going for over 6. And for cards, I'm going for under 7 cards. The team's average here is 1.5. Totaling both, it's 3. Under 7, we have a good margin of error to work with. To finish our Champions League, this is the best game. Simply the best game we have this Wednesday. Real Madrid facing Manchester City. Simply Real Madrid playing at home. Santiago Bernabeu packed. It's becoming almost a classic, I'd say, right? There's been a certain rivalry in the last Champions League matches between Real Madrid and Manchester City. For me, it's a very interesting scenario with two options. Both teams to score is the first one. I think both teams to score has a lot of value because the team's average is very close. They are two very offensive teams. We have Manchester City with a very powerful attack, an excellent midfield with Phil Foden, who organizes very well. And on the other side, we also have Real Madrid, who are in great form. Mbappe is flying, Vinny Jr. Anyway, Real Madrid has a good squad on paper and in practice. So those would be the two options. Over 1.5, I think it's going to be crushed. It will be close to 118, 117. I prefer to take risks, neither. Both have an odd of 140. A better quote for us to work with. So my recommendation is going to be both score. Is it closed? In terms of corner kicks, Real Madrid averages almost double that of City, 7.2 compared to 4.1. I'll go for more than 7 corner kicks in the game, and for a card, then I'll simply go for more than 2. Why am I going for more than 2? The team's total average number of cards is 3.6, which is the equal average. So more than 2 is actually 3 cards, which is what teams already produce on average. And then there's that factor I mentioned at the beginning of this analysis. Real Madrid and City are turning this into a confrontation. So it might be a little game, a bit foul prone, at least 3 cards. I'll be rooting for it to happen. Finally, we have the last game in the Copa do Brasil. I know that this game might not be of much interest to foreigners, to people in Europe, or to people in South America. The Argentinians, and finally the Chileans, but for the Brazilians, it's a very, very important game. I had to bring it, okay? Simply Cruzeiro playing at home against Corinthians in the semi-final of the Copa do Brasil. First leg, tough game, but here the real favorite is Cruzeiro, including to be champion of the Copa do Brasil. I would say they are one of the best teams there. There's Vasco and Fluminense on the other side, but the team that has been playing the best football and finished higher in the Brasileirão standings is Cruzeiro. It's Cruzeiro. Cruzeiro at home, 3 wins and 2 draws. It's going very well. Corinthians, 4 losses and 1 win. What will my recommendation be? A draw is a no-win for Cruzeiro. Cruzeiro could win. If it ends in a draw, it will be cancelled. If you lose, we take the network. Another option, over 1.5 in the game. The other option, Cruzeiro simply scored 2 goals in the match. This already gives odds of almost 1.30. That's a good option too. Or anyone wanting to take a chance on a lower scoring game, Corinthians will try to hold off Cruzeiro. A value of less than 3.5 ends up having value, also because the team's average is below 2.5. Those who follow me on the channel know that when the team's average is below 2.5, I like to bet on under 3.5. The under odds are at 1.22. The same odds for a draw cancel out Cruzeiro, which in my opinion has the same value. Either a double chance for Cruzeiro and a goal for Cruzeiro, I think that would be the best option. Corner kicks, I'm going for over 6. Whoever wants to take the risk can go for over 7. And cards, more than 3 in total. At least 4 cards. It has all the makings of an aggressive game between 2 teams looking to reach the final of the Copa do Brasil. Alright guys, so this is what I would bring for you to trade in pre-live on our beloved Wednesday. A very interesting round of Champions League matches and a round of Copa do Brasil matches. Before I leave, what will our ticket be? Ready for our dear friend. Wednesday, double chance cruise. Cruzeiro scored 1 goal in the game and over 1.5 goals in the Real Madrid game, with at least 1 goal from Real. This creates a bet slip with odds of 1.60. For me, these odds are very, very good. That's going to be my recommendation. Alright? As for other operations, for anyone who wants to join my free groups, check the pinned comment. It's all set up for you. We'll have the bingo for our Wednesday round. I'll get that ready too. So you can just click the pinned comment, copy and paste. Alright? That's it. God bless. And I hope I've helped. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Thank you for all the messages I've been receiving. Thank you for all the love from everyone, and especially for watching up to this point. God bless, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, crew. We're in this together.